Hello everybody, and welcome back to another mathematics video. Today we will be looking at addition and subtraction of decimals. At the end of this video, you should be able to do two things. You should be able to add decimals and subtract decimals. Now, the whole purpose of learning how to add and subtract decimals, while you may have your calculator in paper 2, you would not have access to your calculator in paper 1. And there are some questions that require you to add and subtract decimals. So you still have to know how to do it without your calculator, because you will need it for paper 1 where there is no calculator. So let's head straight into this video. So it says, when adding decimals, align the numbers and align the decimal point with each other. That is important, that is key. You must align the decimal point under each decimal point along with the answer. So the first question is add 12.45 and 3.49. So this full stop here is telling you that is the end of that sentence, but this is the decimal point, just in case you don't have any confusion. So let's go. So it's 12.45 plus 3.89. So you must put the decimal point underneath the decimal point and then we add as normal. 5 plus 9 would give me 14. So I put that 4 in there and I put this 1 on the top here. So 1 plus 4 would give me 5. 5 plus 8 would give me 13. So I put that 3 in there and then I bring down the decimal point, and now I put this 1 at the top here. So 1 plus 2 would give me 3. 3 plus 3 would give me 6. And then I bring down the 1. There's nothing to add the 1 with. So 12.45 plus 3.89 would give me 16.34. And let's look at a few more examples. So this one says 4.23 plus 5.67. So 4.23 plus 5.67. So I add the corresponding numbers now. 7 plus 3 would give me 10. So I put that 0 in here. 2 plus 6 would give me 8. Plus this one would give me 9. And I bring down the decimal point, and 4 plus 5 would give me 9. So when I add 4.23 plus 5.67, I will get 9.90 as the answer. The next one, 13.89 plus 2.01. So 9 and 1 would be 10. So I bring in that 0 here. 8 plus 0 would be 8. 8 plus 0 would be 8, plus the 1, which would be 9. And I bring down the decimal point. 3 plus 2 would be 5. And there's nothing to add the 1, which I bring down the 1. So 13.89 plus 2.01 would give me 15.90. So that is when we have the equal number of digits in the number before and after the decimal point. So let's look at when we have an uneven set of numbers. So the first one, 20.23 plus 5. And remember, the decimal point has to go underneath the decimal point. 5.670. So to fill in the blank spaces, I just add in 0. So 0 plus 0 would be 0. 3 plus 7 would be 10. So this is another 0. 2 plus 6 would be 8. Plus 1 would be 9. And I bring down the decimal point. 5 plus 0 would be 5. And there's nothing to add the 2 with. So this would be 25.900, which is the same as 25.9. And the next example, 1.089 plus 2.31. So I put zeros in for the places that there are no numbers, just so that I can add. So 9 plus 0 would be 9. 8 plus 1 would be 9. 3 plus 0 would be 3. And you bring down the decimal point. 1 plus 2 would be 3. So this is 3.399. So when I add 1.089 plus 2.31, I get 3.399. And that is basically how you add decimals. Just ensure you put the decimal point underneath each other and you just add, just like how you would add with whole numbers. And the same thing will go for subtraction. Just ensure the decimal points are underneath each other and you subtract just as how you subtract with normal whole numbers. So the first one, subtract 8.56 from 15.93. So I have 15.93. I want to subtract 8.56 from it. So we just put zeros in place. So we have 3 subtract 6. That cannot go. So I take 1 from the 9, that will become 8. And I put the 1 there. So now I have 13 subtract 6 would be 7. And 8 subtract 5 would be 3. And I bring down the decimal point. 5 subtract 8, that cannot go. So I take 1 from the 1. And that will be left with 0. And I put a 1 there. So the reason I'm laughing because the 1 and you put back the 1s, it's still the same thing. So 15 subtract 8 would give me 7. And 0 from 0 would give me 0. So when we subtract 8.56 from 15.93, I'll end up with 7.31. Let's continue our examples. So 7.89 subtract 2.34. So 4 from 9, that would give me 5. 3 from 8 would give me 5 again. I bring down the decimal point. 2 from 7 would be 5. So when I subtract 7.89 and 2.34, I'll get 5.55. And the next example, I have 12.56 subtract 3.72. So when I subtract these two, 2 from 6 would be 4. 7 subtract 5, that can go. So I take 1 from the 2, that will be left with 1, and I put the 1 there. So 7 from 15 would give me 8, and I bring down the decimal point. 3 from 1 can go, so I take the 1, this will become 0, and I add the 1 there. So 3 subtract 11 would give me 8. And 0 from 0 can go, nothing there. So I'm left with 8.84. So 12.56 subtract 3.72 will give me 8.84. And then now let's look at the last two examples when we have unequal number of digits on either the part before the decimal point or after. So I have 100.23 subtract 15.67. So the important thing is to ensure the decimal points are on each other. So 7 from 3 can go, so I take 1 from there, and this will become 13. Subtract 7 now would give me 6. 6 subtract 1, that can go. So I can't take 1 from the 0 because nothing will be left. I can't take 1 from this 0, so I take 1 from here. This will be left with 0, and I put that 1 there. And I take that 1 from there, and I'm left with 9. And I put the 1 there. And I take the 1 from there, this will be left with 9. And then I put the 1 there. So 6 from 11 would give me 5. And I bring down the decimal point. 5 from 9 would be 4. 1 from 9 would be 8. And then 0. So there's nothing left there. So when I subtract 100.23, subtract 15.67, I'll end up with 84.56. And last but not least, I have 13.9 subtract 2.01. So I will put 0 in place of the numbers that we don't have. So let's subtract. So 1 from 0 can go. So I take 1 from here and I put a 1 here. 1 from 10 would be 9. 0 from 8 would be 8. And I bring down the decimal point. 2 from 3 would be 1. And 1 is nothing to take away the 1 from. This will bring down back the 1. So 11.89. So when I subtract 13.9, subtract 2.01, I'll end up with 11.89. And that has brought us to the end of this video. So now I trust that you have a firm understanding of how to add and subtract decimals. Because remember, this skill will be very useful when you have to do the paper one and you have access to the beautiful tool, which is the calculator. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.